Imagine this: you've been working tirelessly, giving your best, showing up for the people around you, and yet some people just don't seem to care. They take, and give nothing in return. They might say the right things, but their actions speak louder than words. Well, today we're going to break down something powerful. The 8 behaviors of people who don't care about you. Now, I'm not talking about those who are just busy or going through tough times. I'm talking about those who knowingly disregard your time, your energy, and your value. They walk through life leaving you feeling drained, unappreciated, and questioning yourself. But here's the thing: you have the power to stop this cycle. The moment you become aware of these behaviors, you can shift your mindset, protect your energy, and take control of the relationships that matter most. Because here's the truth: you deserve people in your life who uplift you, who respect your worth, and who reciprocate your energy. And once you start recognizing these 8 behaviors, you'll be empowered to make decisions that protect your peace, your growth, and your future. No more giving your time and energy to those who drain you. It's time to take a stand. It's time to set boundaries. Let's dive in and let me show you exactly what to look out for when someone doesn't truly care about you. Are you ready to take control of your life and relationships? Let's go. They consistently ignore your needs and feelings. One of the clearest signs that someone doesn't care about you is when they continually disregard your emotional well-being. When you express your feelings, your concerns, or your needs, they don't respond with empathy, understanding, or even basic acknowledgement. Instead, they brush it off, minimize it, or change the subject. Over time, this repeated behavior can make you feel invisible, as if your emotions and needs simply don't matter. Everyone has moments when they are distracted or preoccupied, and it's normal for relationships to have ups and downs. But when this becomes a pattern, it's a red flag. True care and respect in any relationship are reflected in how someone responds to you when you're vulnerable, when you need support, or when you are expressing your true feelings. Someone who values you will listen actively, seek to understand your perspective, and show up for you when it matters. When someone constantly ignores your needs, they're essentially telling you that your emotions and experiences aren't worth their time or attention. They might claim to care, but their actions reveal otherwise. Ignoring your feelings is a way of maintaining emotional distance and control. It also reinforces a power imbalance where your voice is silenced and your needs are dismissed. This behavior can be incredibly draining, especially when it happens repeatedly. It leaves you feeling unheard, unimportant, and unsupported. You begin to question whether your feelings are valid, and this erodes your confidence and self-worth. The truth is, you deserve to be with people who see, hear, and value you, not those who push your needs to the side in favor of their own. They only reach out when they need something from you. This is a classic behavior of someone who doesn't truly care about you, but instead sees you as a means to an end. When a person only contacts you when they want something, whether it's help with a project, emotional support, or some form of favor, it shows that their interest in you is transactional rather than genuine. You're not valued for who you are, you're valued for what you can provide. In healthy relationships, there is a sense of mutual respect where both parties are invested in each other's well-being. True connections are built on the foundation of giving and receiving, where both people share their time, energy, and support in a balanced way. However, if someone only reaches out when they need something, it highlights an imbalanced dynamic, where your presence is only necessary when it serves their purpose. This behavior often leaves you feeling used or taken for granted. The issue here isn't necessarily that people ask for help, it's that the relationship feels one-sided. If they only show up when it's convenient for them and disappear when you need them, it becomes clear that they don't care about you as a whole person. They only care about what they can get from you. Over time, this behavior can be incredibly draining. You may begin to feel like your value is based solely on what you can offer them, rather than being appreciated for your unique qualities and contributions. This one-sided dynamic not only strains your emotional energy, but can also make you question your own worth. The truth is, you deserve people who reach out not because they need something from you, but because they genuinely care about you just as you care about them. They make excuses instead of taking responsibility. One of the most frustrating behaviors of people who don't truly care about you is their consistent inability to own up to their actions. When something goes wrong or when they let you down, they don't apologize, explain, or seek to make amends. Instead, they deflect, shift the blame, or come up with reasons why it wasn't their fault. This avoidance of responsibility can be subtle or overt, but the underlying message is clear: they aren't accountable for how their actions affect you. Taking responsibility isn't just about admitting when we've made a mistake, it's about showing integrity and respect for others. When someone truly cares about you, they understand the impact of their words or actions and are willing to take ownership, even if it's uncomfortable. They recognize that relationships thrive on trust, and accountability is a crucial part of that. However, people who deflect or make excuses are protecting themselves, avoiding discomfort, and unwilling to confront the consequences of their behavior. This pattern of making excuses can create a toxic dynamic. You start to feel like you're the one who always has to clean up the mess, whether it's emotionally or practically. It creates a cycle where you give more and more of yourself while they continue to evade any real responsibility. Over time, this can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and confusion. You might begin questioning why you're constantly left to pick up the pieces and why they never seem to learn from their mistakes. The truth is, true relationships are built on mutual respect, and part of that respect comes from taking responsibility for the impact you have on others. When someone consistently makes excuses instead of owning their actions, it's a sign they aren't fully invested in the relationship or in your well-being. They don't respect your time or commitments. One of the most blatant signs of someone who doesn't genuinely care about you is when they repeatedly disregard your time and the commitments you've made. This could look like consistently showing up late, canceling plans at the last minute, or simply not following through on promises. It's as though your time doesn't matter and they expect you to always adjust to their schedule, needs, or convenience. Time is one of our most valuable resources, and when someone dismisses it as unimportant, it sends a clear message that they don't value you as a person. If someone truly respects you, they respect your time. They understand that your life doesn't revolve around them and that your time is just as valuable as theirs. They make an effort to honor commitments, show up when they say they will, and communicate in advance if something changes. When someone continually disrespects your time, it can start to feel like your efforts don't matter. You may find yourself waiting for them, rearranging your day to accommodate them, or constantly being disappointed by their lack of punctuality. It becomes exhausting and frustrating, especially when this behavior is repeated without apology or acknowledgement. This disregard for your time is a reflection of their priorities. If they truly cared about you, they would show respect by making an effort to honor your schedule and commitments. Instead, their actions reveal a lack of consideration for your needs, boundaries, and the time you've dedicated to them. Over time, this behavior erodes the trust and respect in the relationship and can lead to feelings of resentment. You deserve people who value your time as much as you do, not those who treat it as disposable. They avoid deep, meaningful conversations with you. One of the most telling signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is their reluctance to engage in genuine, heartfelt conversations. When you attempt to dive into discussions about emotions, goals, challenges, or personal experiences, they either change the subject, offer superficial responses, or become distant. These conversations are often the foundation of any meaningful relationship as they foster connection, trust, and understanding. However, when someone repeatedly avoids these moments of intimacy, it indicates a lack of interest in truly knowing you on a deeper level. Avoiding meaningful conversations can be subtle. Sometimes it manifests as small talk, taking precedence over deeper discussions, or an unwillingness to open up about their own life. At other times, they might simply deflect when you try to express your thoughts, pushing aside the opportunity for a real exchange. When this happens consistently, it can leave you feeling emotionally disconnected and misunderstood. People who care about you want to know what's going on in your heart and mind. They make an effort to engage in deep conversations because they value your perspective and want to connect with you in a meaningful way. When someone consistently avoids such conversations, it suggests they are not interested in investing the emotional energy necessary for a real relationship. They may be afraid of vulnerability, uninterested in emotional depth, or simply not committed to building a strong bond. Over time, the lack of deep conversation can create a sense of emotional distance and isolation. It becomes clear that the connection is one-sided, with you doing all the emotional labor while they remain detached. Genuine relationships thrive on open communication, and when someone avoids this, it signals a lack of care or emotional investment. They make you feel unimportant or secondary. One of the most painful signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is when their actions or words consistently make you feel like an afterthought. You may notice that whenever you're around, you're treated as if you're not a priority. Your thoughts, feelings, and needs are sidelined in favor of others, or they simply ignore or dismiss your presence altogether. Instead of feeling seen, heard, and valued, you begin to feel invisible or insignificant. This behavior can show up in many ways. They're always distracted when you're talking. They're constantly talking over you or interrupting. or they habitually cancel plans with you while never offering an explanation. When you try to engage in a meaningful conversation, they steer it back to themselves or avoid it entirely, making it clear that your concerns don't matter as much as theirs. Over time, this creates a toxic dynamic where you feel like you are giving your energy and attention to someone who doesn't reciprocate in kind. The emotional impact of this is profound. You start questioning your worth. You wonder if you're not important enough to be genuinely cared for or whether your relationships are one-sided. You may even start to doubt your own value because the people you care about are failing to show you the respect and appreciation you deserve. This constant feeling of being secondary to others can chip away at your confidence, leaving you feeling drained and underappreciated. In any healthy relationship, people make an effort to ensure the other person feels valued and respected. They listen, they engage, and they make sure that you never feel less important than anyone else. When someone continually makes you feel secondary, it's a clear indication that they don't prioritize you in the way you deserve. They never celebrate your successes or milestones. One of the most telling signs that someone doesn't truly care about you is their lack of enthusiasm or acknowledgement when you achieve something important. Whether it's a career accomplishment, a personal victory, or a significant milestone in your life, they remain indifferent, unengaged, or dismissive. They don't take the time to congratulate you, celebrate your hard work, or show any genuine excitement about your achievements. Instead, they might downplay your success, shift the focus onto themselves, or simply ignore it altogether. When people care about you, they show up to cheer you on, to support your growth, and to celebrate your victories, big or small. They understand that your success is a reflection of your efforts, and they take pride in seeing you progress. But when someone consistently fails to acknowledge your accomplishments, it's a sign they don't value your journey or your growth. It's as if your milestones don't matter, and that can be deeply hurtful. This behavior can create a sense of loneliness and frustration. You may begin to feel like your successes are meaningless unless others recognize them, but even more damaging, it can make you question the quality of the relationship. If the people closest to you aren't there to celebrate with you, who will? Successes aren't just personal achievements, they are moments that reflect the hard work, resilience, and dedication that have shaped who you are. When people who claim to care about you don't make the effort to celebrate those milestones, it shows a lack of emotional investment. You deserve to have people around you who take joy in your victories, support your growth, and remind you of your worth every step of the way. They criticize or belittle you instead of supporting you. One of the most damaging behaviors someone can exhibit is constantly tearing you down rather than lifting you up. Instead of offering encouragement or constructive feedback, they find ways to criticize, judge, or belittle you. Whether it's mocking your ideas, dismissing your accomplishments, or pointing out your flaws, their words leave you feeling smaller, less capable, and less confident. It's as if they take pleasure in your missteps or weaknesses rather than offering a hand to help you improve. In healthy relationships, support is a fundamental element. People who truly care about you empower you, help you grow, and push you to become the best version of yourself. They recognize your potential and encourage you even when you doubt yourself. However, when someone criticizes or belittles you instead of offering support, it reveals a lack of empathy and respect. Their focus is not on your growth or success, but on their own superiority or control. This behavior can manifest in subtle ways: sarcastic remarks, cutting comments disguised as jokes, or even passive-aggressive behavior that undermines your confidence. Over time, the constant criticism begins to erode your self-esteem. You may start doubting your abilities or questioning your worth because you've internalized the negative feedback. The impact of being belittled goes beyond just the moment of criticism. It seeps into your relationships, your work, and your self-image. You begin to feel like you're not good enough, like your efforts don't matter, and like no one truly believes in you. It creates a toxic environment where you feel unsafe to be yourself and you start holding back, afraid of further judgment. People who truly care about you build you up, not tear you down. They support your journey even when it's difficult, and they help you rise instead of pushing you lower. They are unreliable and inconsistent in their actions. One of the most frustrating behaviors of someone who doesn't care about you is their inconsistency. They may promise to be there for you, only to bail at the last minute. They might say one thing and do another, leaving you unsure of where you stand. This unreliability can create a constant cycle of hope and disappointment, where you invest your time, energy, and emotions only to find that they're not showing up in the way you need them to. In healthy relationships, consistency is key. People who care about you are dependable, and their actions align with their words. They follow through on commitments and are there when they say they will be. They don't leave you guessing or wondering whether they'll come through. However, when someone is unreliable, it shows a lack of respect for your time and feelings. They may not value the effort you put into the relationship, or they might simply not prioritize you as they should. This behavior can lead to feelings of frustration, confusion, and even betrayal. You start questioning their sincerity and commitment. You might find yourself having to adjust your plans, constantly waiting for them to come through and always being let down. The emotional toll of this inconsistency is real. It wears you down and makes you hesitate before investing further in the relationship. Unreliable people may not do it on purpose, but their actions tell you that they're not truly invested in being there for you. The uncertainty they create leaves you feeling unsupported and often uncertain of where you stand. You deserve people who show up for you consistently, who keep their word, and who can be counted on when you need them the most. They make you question your self-worth or abilities. One of the most subtle yet damaging behaviors of people who don't truly care about you is their ability to make you doubt yourself. They may not always say outright that you're not good enough, but their words and actions consistently undermine your confidence. Whether through backhanded compliments, dismissive remarks, or subtle comparisons to others, they create an environment where you start questioning your value and your abilities. People who genuinely care about you want to see you succeed. They uplift you, support your dreams, and encourage you when you're unsure of yourself. But when someone makes you feel inferior or doubts your abilities, it's often a reflection of their own insecurities or lack of investment in your growth. They might criticize your decisions, belittle your achievements, or make you feel like you're never doing enough. Over time, this pattern erodes your sense of self-worth and leaves you feeling inadequate. The constant doubt can be exhausting. You may begin to second-guess every decision you make, constantly seeking validation from others to feel confident in your choices. You start questioning your skills, your talents, and even your worthiness of success. This self-doubt can paralyze you, keeping you stuck in a cycle of inaction or fear of failure. The truth is, you are capable, you are worthy, and you have the potential to accomplish anything you set your mind to. People who genuinely care about you recognize your strengths and help you see them even when you can't. But when someone consistently makes you feel less than, they are not valuing you as you deserve. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not those who make you question your very existence. In conclusion, the behaviors we've explored today are clear signs of relationships that aren't rooted in mutual respect, care, or support. When people consistently ignore your needs, only reach out when they need something, avoid taking responsibility, disrespect your time, or belittle your accomplishments, they are showing you that they are not truly invested in your well-being. These patterns are not accidental, they are reflections of a deeper lack of appreciation for you as an individual. You deserve to be surrounded by people who value you, support you, and encourage your growth. You deserve relationships that uplift you and help you become the best version of yourself. Recognizing these behaviors is not about blaming others, it's about reclaiming your power and setting boundaries. Once you realize the signs of someone who doesn't care, you can make choices that protect your energy and prioritize your self-worth. You are worthy of respect, love, and reciprocity, and it's time to stop giving your time and attention to people who don't honor those things. Surround yourself with individuals who see your value, who celebrate your successes, and who are there for you through thick and thin. By choosing relationships that nourish and support you, you'll not only protect your peace, but also create space for the genuine connections you truly deserve.